People didn't know, where to put me. I wasn't man enough to do what the boys were doing, and I damn sure wasn't girly enough to do what the girls were doing. So it's like, where would I go? I was born female. I'm a female-to-male transgender man. I started my transition at the age of 27. I walked in the world as a woman for a long time, and now I'm living in the world as a man. For me, it wasn't an idea of really being born in the wrong body. It was more so I just started to evolve away from the woman that I was. I just really got in touch with my masculine energy, and I felt more comfortable with my masculine self and around masculinity, and I guess doing masculine things, for lack of a better word. I think what people a lot of times don't understand is that there is a difference between sexuality and gender, and they don't necessarily have to be linked. So I was a person who's female-bodied and attracted to women. So my attraction has to change. It's just my body and my presentation has changed. And so therefore the language has to change, because a lesbian is a woman who is with other women. I'm no longer a woman, and I still am only attracted to exclusively non-transgender women. So that would make me a heterosexual for all intents and purposes. But the nuance right there is that sexuality is not just about who you desire. It's also about your social settings and who you interact with. Everybody sees me as he now, but I did have to make that announcement before. I was really passing as a man, and I was just transitioning out, and I was working at another LGBT organization. I just had to let them know, like, these are the pronouns that I want to use. This is what I'm going through, and that was it. I just had to let people know. Now dealing with my family, they still she me to death, and I cringe every time. Like they can't get it together, but it's harder for them because they've known me, for my 31 years on this planet. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I just told my dad yesterday. Like, he's seen me and he knew something was up, but I never verbalized it, made it real. But he called me yesterday. He said, "So what do you want me to refer to you as?" Because he met my girlfriend. He's like, "I heard your girl say he." And I was like, "Yeah, he." He's okay. And then he texted me this morning. And as I said, "Yo, you want to send me some money?" And he said, "Yes, my son, I'm going to send you some money. I love you." Just like that. But he had to make that transition. So what I have to understand is this has been a process for me. It's a process for everybody. I'm working as a journalist and as an editor, and this is my passion, this is what I do. But what has been important for me, and it's kind of been a fundamental to me, is that I align myself with LGBT organizations that, are providing me with salary so that I can eat and I can make this transition smoothly. There's no questions, and like HR works with me and things like that. So I haven't had any problems. So the organization I'm with now is an LGBT organization, and I work with a lot of young people. A lot of my young people don't know that I'm transgender. I'm just Mr. Tiq to them. I don't tell people unless I feel like it's absolutely necessary for me to tell them. You know what I'm saying? And I think if I think I was working in an office at a magazine or a newspaper right now, it wouldn't be a problem. But and I wouldn't tell them if I didn't have to. That's why it's important that I get all of my paperwork done, right? But if I had to express it to them, I would be concerned of how I would be judged. Being able to work via internet, a lot of times I don't meet these people face to face that I'm freelancing for. So if I'm freelancing for allhiphop.com, Vibe.com, Baller Status, News One, all of these places that I've written for, they've never seen me in person. You know what I'm saying? So they, most of these people have known me as female, right? And so, of course, they were referring to me as she, but I never had to deal with the issue of someone judging me because they would see me and see it as a very masculine presenting person, right? But now that I've transitioned and everything is male now, it's kind of, everybody just kind of falls in the line. I think it's time for the people in my community to get their just dues, right? And we want to create a magazine where we can highlight that, and we can also have straight mainstream artists and LGBT artists on the same pages right next to each other, and it'd be nothing. I want it so that a straight person can pick up this magazine and read it and be enthralled with everything that's happening in pop culture and in the LGBT community. My name is Tiq Milan. I walked in the world as a woman for a long time, and now I'm living in the world as a man, and everything is everything.